Cool. Now is the perfect time to talk about something I dearly care about, and that is the notion of prophets. As I mentioned last week at Mass on Sunday, / 4:30 Mass on Saturday night, I guess, Matthew goes out of his way to relate Jesus Christ with the people that we now call the prophets of the Old Testament. So prophets are extra important during the season of Advent, with Matthew as our primary gospel. And that's this year. So, what exactly is a prophet? We'll start super basic, move on from there. A prophet, simply stated, is someone who speaks directly for God. Okay? A prophet speaks with divine authority. And while they make plenty of enemies in life, no one can deny the power behind their words. Okay? So to be clear, I am a priest. I am a preacher. And I love every minute of when I get to assist people in better understanding faith and truth in the world. That does not make me a prophet. There is absolutely nothing stopping me from saying something monumentally stupid on any given Sunday. I try not to do that. But I mean, there's no direct divine power behind my words. I'm not any closer to God than any of you. Prophets are different. Prophets are burning up inside with divine mandate. You know, they have a truth that is so important and so radical that they're ready to burst. You know, in a sense, they can't help it. They have a message that is so true, they can't bear to leave it in their heads. Maybe that's why they always seem a little crazy in the stories. Because really, if you look at them and their actions, they are not irrational people. Their reason is perfectly healthy. But the emotion behind their reason is just off the charts. And on that topic of prophets appearing crazy, that brings me to my number one pet peeve about prophets, that people think of prophets as fortune tellers. What is a prophet? A person who predicts the future. Okay? Who is a prophet? Oh, that raving lunatic on the street corner telling everybody that the world is going to end in 2012. No. No, that is not a prophet. Hear me and hear me well. A prophet does not predict the future. A prophet knows the truth so deeply that the world is actually pretty clear to them. All right? So a prophet would not say, John shall do poorly on his exam on Friday, for he is fated to be a C student for all of high school. No. A prophet would say, John has not been studying the way he ought to. Therefore, he will do poorly on Friday. Do you see the difference? A prophet does not know the future. A prophet knows the truth to the point where the future is actually pretty clear, at least to them. So, with all that said and done, do you remember our first reading today? It's from the prophet Isaiah, where he's describing, at least in part, he's describing the coming of the Savior. And he says, a spirit of the Lord will rest upon him. Let's see if I can get all of the adjectives in one go. It will be a spirit of wisdom and understanding, counsel, strength, and his delight will be fear of the Lord. He will not judge by appearances. He will not judge by rumors and gossip. And he will be clothed with justice and faith. This is how I want you to grow as Catholics today. I want you to actually understand what this is about. Isaiah is not peering into a crystal ball and raving like a madman. He's telling us something that is so obviously true, we ironically have trouble taking him seriously. In slightly more modern language, this is what he's saying. He's saying, brothers and sisters, someone is coming. Someone is coming, and he will change everything as only a Messiah can. And there are qualities that he must possess. He cannot exist without them. The man, the Messiah who will change reality as we know it, must have a spirit of wisdom and understanding. He must be strong and love God with his whole heart. He must value justice more than appearances. He must value truth more than rumors and gossip. And if you meet anybody that fails even one of those things, he might be a great guy, but he's not the Messiah. He can't be. Our salvation depends upon nothing less. So keep watch, for he is indeed coming. He is coming as surely as the fact that this world cannot stay the way it is for much longer. Do you want a measure of spiritual clarity in life? You can have it. You can have it because upon your baptism, you received the three offices of Christ: priest, prophet, and king. Now, none of you are literally prophets, okay? None of you directly speak for God, and be thankful for that. They lead very difficult lives. But while none of you are absolute prophets, all of you possess the role of the prophet in your soul. And all that it demands of you is that you become a seeker of truth. That's it. Don't take horoscopes too seriously. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't act on rumors and gossip. All that garbage is beneath you. Seek the truth above all. And if you do that, then everything else will fall into place before your very eyes. And who knows? Maybe you'll even see what Isaiah saw all those centuries ago.